not needing to spend too much time on the technical concept of link aggregation, which allows us to bond, or in technology allows you to bond network circuits together to create higher bandwidth and higher resilience in a connection. We're doing that same concept, or we're repeating that same concept here together as a way to bond and link and aggregate energy fields between us. Um, so that really is a simplified concept for that. And because most recently in we received, I would say Shelby, Monique, and Tamara and I received guidance that we're supposed to usher in 12th dimensional frequencies to the general collective. I believe that's what we're here to do today, but we can never predict exactly what the directive will be or the instruction will be when we go into co-session, because there's a lot of just also what we'll call allowing for whatever is to come forth, for the good of all. So if you guys are all ready to do that, what I did want to do real quickly was share, put a link into the chat if you guys can look at I prepared a graphic simply because I think it helps to visualize what I'm trying to explain. If I can find my chat window. Here it is.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna post a quick link in the chat.
So,
Okay,
so
yeah,
what are we
so
looking at there?
basically we're looking at your energy bodies and the geometry that you want to learn how to establish, how do I say, using whenever we go into co-session. This is the first time I'm going to mention this simply because obviously as we start moving into higher frequencies, your energy body as a physical human being is finite in the sense that if you're not accustomed to some of these frequencies, you can either feel sick or really lightheaded. There's just a lot of discomfort, and sometimes your body's just not used to it. So all I'm doing is basically kind of as a primer saying, hey, when you go in there, think of, just like when I end these calls and I say, imagine a bright light above your head splitting into the, two sides of you to create the triangle. In this case, think of a bright light above your head and a bright light right at your feet, splitting to the both sides of you to create an octahedron or this diamond shape. And that creates the structure energetically for you to operate in. So you first start to learn how to do that when you can on your own. And then also, subsequent to that, you're going to learn how to actually expand this diamond around you so that you start creating energetic boundaries, but also a field that allows you to, what I'll call, be able to assimilate and absorb the frequencies much more efficiently. Because if you're not using anything, your body can get overwhelmed. And it's not, the funny thing is I've just made the assumption that a lot of people are familiar with this concept, but it's not common. So I'm bringing it up as a, hey, this is a good practice to get into if you're not already doing it. Some of you may already have been doing this. I know Ellen's very prolific in her sacred geometry exercises, so she probably recognizes this type of work already. But I don't know if anybody else has ever really like specifically said, hey, draw the octahedron around you or let that shape conform, and then it's going to activate. If you look at that center one and then across all the way, you'll see once it's activated, it's kind of like the whole idea is it's able to process and absorb whatever frequencies, but also regulate it so you don't get overwhelmed. And yeah, so I just basically created these graphics just as a visual for people, because sometimes you can tell people, hey, draw an octahedron around you, but what does that really look like or feel like? And this kind of gives you a nice visual to say, hey, this is what I should be kind of in my mind's eye mentally seeing when I initiate this for myself.
And Vera, that final image would be fantastic to have on, like, shared, that we can all view as a large screen. So if anyone's feeling that they're out of sorts, they can come back and keep viewing that and keep tracing that and bringing it back over themselves, just to keep reiterating
To reinforce it. No,
the
agreed.
form.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I created that link. I mean, I mean, I know it's easy to
But even
say.
during the call, I'm saying leave it on the
Oh
screen
yeah,
so
yeah, no,
people can, if they
absolutely.
need to open their eyes, they can be like, yep,
So I
back
mean,
in.
yeah, and then oops, the yeah, you
Oops.
kind of go to the other pages. I didn't mean to.
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to increase the size.
Oh yeah, well then you'd use the three ellipses on the right side and just zoom, right? Do the zoom or
Yeah,
up in
that's
your
what I did.
browser.
Yeah, it's a really great idea, Tashiko.
But so
Try
basically
again.
that's all just a level of primer and just getting used to using sacred geometry in your biofield, and then also learning how to expand that geometry, whether you start sitting there and saying, I'm going to expand it to the size of my room, I'm going to expand it to the size of my house, I'm going to expand it to the size of the country, I'm going to expand it to the size of the planet. I know that seems extreme, but to be honest with you, it is not a bad thing to expand your energy field because it creates boundaries and also allows you to process and integrate higher and higher frequencies and things of that nature. Um, as we get into these co-sessions, I think you'll find it helps. Does anybody have any questions around that?
That is really beautiful, what you put together, Vera, and extremely helpful. It's like you said, I think a lot of us on the call really understand the importance of sacred geometry and what it can do for us and bring us and how we can work with it. These visuals are perfect.
Okay, good. And yeah, so I guess that's all I wanted to run through real quick. And keeping that in mind for when we go through this, maybe I should even like I'll mention it in there just to help us initiate that sequence. I call it kind of geometric sequencing of those shapes. But if everyone's ready, I will go ahead and if no one else has any questions or comments, I can just go ahead and lead us into journey. You guys all are good? Okay, so as I always say, whether you want to sit up, recline, lay down, if you want to stay on camera, stay off camera, that's completely up to you because I know that, for some people, the external visuals can be a little distracting. It can also be uncomfortable when you've been sitting for a while. So it's whatever makes you feel comfortable and allows you to be most immersive in the experience. Okay, so if everyone's ready, um, I always say start to bring your awareness around you, to the energy field around you, by taking a deep breath in through the nose and then letting that out of the mouth as comfortably and as naturally as you feel in this moment. That starts to signal your body and your central nervous system that you are starting to connect by thinking or paying attention to the front, back, left, and right sides of your body, what I call points of presence, bringing an awareness to your energy field around you. As we start to initiate our foundational frequencies, when we feel stable and calm in this awareness, we're going to start to bring our attention above about 5 or 6 feet so that we can start to connect, see, sense, feel, imagine the source light. And as we start to bring our attention above, the awareness of source light may feel a little scattered or dispersed in light particles, but as we start to continue to focus our attention, those light particles will start to pool into groups, which will then start to develop into spotlights, randomly moving about the sky until they all converge into one. With this focus and through the power of source, we're going to begin to travel down through the light path of the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, through the legs and feet, traveling down through the Earth star, traveling down into the central and crystalline core of the planet, allowing ourselves to anchor, center, and balance here in the heart of Gaia, the cradle of Mother Earth, where we set the intention to clear and transmute all low-level frequencies, negative energies across all time, dimension, space, and realities, as we fully and completely release any density into the planet, so that we may alight back up to the Earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing even farther into our pinpoint connection to source, feeling the extreme opposite energy streams of the chakra circuit pathway that we've now made, understanding that this allows for the energy to flow unobstructed, allowing our consciousness to move freely. And with that awareness, we will travel back down through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, to home and center into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe, allowing our divine pillars of light to expand along with it, connecting to the galactic center so that we may sense the void, feel the void, expand into the void to become the void. No boundaries exist. We are all one. In this space, if you would like to just utilize the configuration that I shared with everyone before the call, to just see the points of light above the head, below the feet, seeing that those beams of light split to either side of you so that they become light rays that trace on either side of your body to connect, to create the octahedron. You might even want to blow out and expand that shape around you so it's not so close to the body, so that everybody's in their own geometric space. From here, this, Tamara, are you getting a sense for anything specific before I move on?
Yeah. Holy crap. So Thomas, I think it's Thomas Merton. He, I believe, is an ascended master. He is
Yes,
overseeing the session today. He's overseeing us. We have a huge circle of angelic beings and angelic energy around us.
Do they want us to go straight to the 12th, or do they want us to step it, to sort of step, sort of like do it in steps? I'm just trying to get a sense on what they want.
So this is going to be in at least one step, because they have taken us somewhere, and this does not feel like the 12th.
Okay, no, I knew there'd be an in between, but I just wasn't sure yet if we were ready to Zoom or if we were just going to like get people used to a certain, like, should I just go to the 9th for now?
They're saying yes,
Okay,
9th is fine.
We'll do that. Okay, so because we're all in our light bodies right now, I'm going to ask everyone to set the intention that we're in the third dimension, but we're going to quantum jump to the 6th and then to the 9th. And then when we get to the 9th, we're going to see the 9th dimensional gateway. It's gonna be like this big, almost like Stargate looking thing. And then that's where I'm going to call upon a cosmic table of light. And I'm going to ask for source light records for each and every person that's in attendance of the call: Bonnie Beard, Denise Scott, Shelby McGee, Sarah Pasick, Ellen Warren, Monique Casper, Carol Tripathy, Christina Leone, Mary Moore, Melanie Showerker, Toshiko Temple, myself, Evelyn Chitaka Kurati. Retrieve everyone's records into the center in the palm of my hand, and as those source light records come to the center in the palm of my hand, I turn my palm over to from the cosmic table of light, and I move to open the records high and wide until they become the light of the sky and beyond. Attuning to the ninth frequency, setting the intention that all healing, caring, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude come forth for everyone in session. Honoring and acknowledging the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, and beings of light. Hailing dragons. I feel all those, that all open. Records are now open. Field access is now granted. All frequencies are active. All records present are online.
My goodness, there is so much going on right now. And any of you light language speakers or talkers, and it's going crazy right now. We are receiving a lot. So we have an angelic, just a circle of angelic beings. So they're emanating blue and then yellow, pale yellow light back and forth. We're in the middle of them, and we are just receiving so much energy from them. And that's before we went up to the ninth. So I think that was in preparation for taking us to the ninth. And we're just happy. We're just taking it in and taking it in. And then they shoot us off through this portal. We are now in our own circle, and we have formed our own council. So it's as if it's not even as if, we are in a spot where we are now a council. We are a council, and we are talking amongst ourselves. At which point, as you continued, Vera, the light language starts pouring in. It's coming between us. We're sharing it between us. These are, concepts and volumes and books of information that we're sharing, but we're also getting it from others outside of us in this ninth dimension. It's almost as if they're saying, okay, you have knowledge to share, you have assistance that you can give, and we're setting you up as a group, and we want you to do stuff. And it is just the light language. I mean, it's not just from me, it's between us, and it's coming from outside of us. They are loading us up with information. They are loading us up with geometry. Oh, that's the other thing. Metatron's cube underneath us. We are literally standing or sitting on Metatron's cube.
I'm seeing heaps of, like, it's almost like a feather quill, and there's all of this writing coming in, and it's almost like the feather quill is diamond tipped. So there's so much light coming in this writing, in this scribing, in the feather tip moving across the surface, in layers of light coming in fucking everywhere.
That's exactly what's happening. I mean, my hands are going crazy. I'm going person to person to person, and I cannot even stop it. And I know if it's happening to me, it's happening to you guys too.
Yep.
I just have so much love in my heart right now. I can't even control it. It's just like coming out for this, each and every one of you. I am just crying.
Oh God.
Bless.
So I'd like to go around to each person, because they're giving me things, I don't know what it is, to put in specific places. And if you guys are feeling it or seeing it in someone else, please speak up. But Carol, for some reason, you are getting a lot in your heart, front of your heart chakra, back of your heart chakra. I mean, they're pouring it in like all this. It's like you've had an empty tank there or something, and they're just pouring in so much written love, so much written everything. Tashiko, it's all going to your third eye and crown.
Bless.
Oh my God, it's like crazy, crazy busy. And it's you are emanating it out. You are sharing it as it comes out of your crown chakra. You are this integral part of sharing it out to not just our group, but to other people.
I'm seeing like a vortex of, it's like I'm inside a tornado and it's all just spinning. But from the very moment that we actually connected in, my Merkaba shape thing began to spin. And then I was told that we could adjust the frequency so much so that we don't see the spinning anymore. It becomes so, it's like the frame rate. The frame rate changes of your eyes and the spinning until you don't see it spin anymore. But and now I'm inside another vortex again and it's spinning. So whoosh.
Yeah.
And my legs
I'm
just can't stand still. They're just jiggling like hard.
I'm seeing well, an older man, and it's all gold all around and spinning, and there's just scrolls and scrolls and scrolls of so much information. And it's just going to each one of us, like it almost like here's the manuscript.
So I'm seeing a pattern here too, because I'm at you now, Monique, and everything's coming. It's coming in the back of your throat chakra and shooting out. So whatever it is that we're receiving today, we are now giving. We are now sharing or spreading it out amongst whoever can receive it, is at the frequency they can receive it and take it. And Monique's, yours is all coming out through your throat chakra. Mary, yours is coming in the back of your heart chakra and it's shooting out of your heart chakra. Ooh. Denise, yours
I
is
just saw another type of connection as well. As my hands are moving, lines of energy are coming into a singular point which crosses over and then fans out the other side. So it's almost like as it comes in, it's single, it hits that middle point and then the diamond refracts it out again. So that's the giving. So it's like the giving and receiving is that cross point right in the middle. If that makes sense to anyone.
Like a prism.
Wow.
Yeah. So like it's flooding in. I'm seeing heaps of gold flooding in, and then it shifts almost to blue going out.
Shelby, yours is your third eye, and it is exactly that. We're receiving it in the back of our chakra, and we're shooting it out the front, exactly as Tashika says. That's exactly what's happening. We're reflecting it.
I was just gonna say that I'm actually like very clairvoyantly seeing everything that's happening more than I'm used to. So when you said to me it was going into my third eye, like I got so like an emotion of gratitude.
Denise, yours is your heart. I was talking about that again, taking it in through the back and then refracting and shooting it out in a million places in the front.
Awesome. That explains that feeling I had.
Yeah, Tamara, same for me. When you said it in my heart, I was totally crying. My heart was like so full.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Couldn't believe when you said that. I was like, I know, but I couldn't even speak. Like,
oh my goodness.
So amazing.
Christina, you
Sacred tears.
Yeah, there are. That speaks to your beauty, Denise. Christina, you are shooting it out through your solar plexus.
That makes sense, that I feel. No doubt.
Melanie, oh my gosh. Melanie, you're shooting it out through your sacral. Oh, there's so much going into your sacral. It's this Mother Mary, this warm, loving energy that's just coming into the back of you. And it's like you just open up and it's just like, here you go, world, I'm going to love you. It's so beautiful what I'm seeing.
I know it's weird, but she's got butterflies all over her.
Yeah.
She's like, almost like she's turned into a butterfly.
Bonnie, yours is coming out through your throat chakra. It's almost like you've had a locked box of information that you've been holding on to, and they're opening it up and they're saying they want you to just share it. And it's like that your shoulders are dropping like, whew, and it's just pouring out. It absolutely is pouring out.
I feel very buzzy.
Ooh.
I'm seeing these lines of code as well, like golden lines, and as my hands move through them, it's almost like the weft and weave of like a braid or something like that. And it's like different pieces of code get wefted and weaved into the line of code coming down. And yeah, it's all golden, it's all sparkling, and it's coming in different like shapes for different people. So as you're saying, Tamara, you know, the sacral, and it was like all very swirly, but then it was coming in very diagonally for other parts, and for throat chakra, it was coming out forwards. It was, yeah, it's shifting directions for different things.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love the clarity of your vision. You know, I get a sense of what it is and I see a little bit, but it is you when your description of it being, you know, refracting like a diamond, or, you know, when you have those crystals that shoot the sunlight out and you have a million rainbows on the wall. That's what everyone's doing. Vera, again, is different. Yours is coming from your spine. It's coming this whole thing, and it is shooting straight up into the cosmos. It just, there's something about your spine and your DNA. I don't know what it is. It's like a whole nother, but it is. And and I'm not going to say multicolored, but it's almost like a color I've never seen before. It's between gold and silver. And it's just coming, and it's not even coming in. It's just a little bit coming in. It's almost as if it's already been there, and it's just time to release it. Yeah, I'm getting confirmation on that. It's been there. There's like a couple little tweaks, or like, you know, opening the door to get the wind in, but it's just flying out now. And you're not transmitting to, like, it's going out to the galaxy.
That's fun. This image I got of Vera before was like almost like a bumper car. You know how they have that like rod that goes through them, and it's got all this like energy that's coming out the top.
Oh, that's a perfect analogy. Oh my God.
I guess I'm just giving a lot of, I'm radiating a lot of galactic frequencies, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say this from the 3D perspective. Guys, we're doing a lot of work right now, and they've obviously like given us another like jump on the rung. Like, this is what you got to do. So we have to go back to Vera, what's the mantra that you use that's heart-centered?
Oh, the heart-centered mantra of 3. When we operate from heart-centered thoughts, heart-centered words, and heart-centered actions all day, every day.
Yeah, all day, every day, because we now are not just affecting our small circles, we are affecting big circles. And like
I just saw emanating pink circles, or it's like heart shape, because I could see my palms facing outwards, and that's part of the giving, but it's coming out of the center of the heart, round past the palms, back around to the back of the heart, and then back through again. So it's a big love heart around each person's body and hands. So your hands are on the curved parts of the heart, if that makes sense. And then it spins around to the point at the back and then back through again. Whoosh.
And it's almost like a neon pink.
Yes, neon. Yes.
Circulating in the body, circulating in that formation is basically, I guess, what you're saying, Tashiko.
Seeing all of ours doing that around, and we're all in a circle, it looks almost like a heart bracelet or something.
Like a slinky.
All of us are connected. Yes, like a slinky.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was seeing.
Heart slinky. I love that.
Yeah.
Vera, we're ready to go, because they've just given us a huge column of light, and they're ready for us to go up to the 12th.
Okay.
I knew it.
All right. So if everybody's feeling ready, we're just basically all together, just intentionally going to think, because you know we don't move linearly. We're just shifting, we're phase shifting our frequency into the 12th, and then we're just all gonna hold hands together and just jump. Just jump. You can even jump in place, connected, boom. We're quantum jumping into the 12th. And I just felt myself shoot up. I just feel my head. Yeah, I can actually feel it in my head. It's weird.
Oh my goodness.
That is really heavy.
Remember your Merkaba?
Yeah, remember expanding your geometry.
Yeah.
That's what's going to help you.
Yep.
Because then you're going to feel it press onto you. It's more like it's going to press onto the geometry more than you.
And expand it out.
seeing a really hot lime green as well. Yeah,
I'm getting light signals everywhere in my body. So it's, yeah, we're there.
Did
That,
anybody
that
read A Wrinkle in Time?
Yes. Oh, I
yes.
didn't read it, but I saw it.
Okay, you got to read it, Tamara.
So much like if you've seen the movie that's very the imagery is beautiful and it's a lot like what I see too.
Yeah.
Oh my. So we're kind of looking through. I'm going to say this, but it's not what it is. Like almost like a wormhole or a black hole or a tunnel, but I've never seen this before. And we're all kind of looking, like stretching our necks to stick our heads in and look. And then it's like it's like zoop sucking us down the hole, like Alice in
You can't
Wonderland.
peek in a wormhole.
and we've just like we've become this like soft, malleable, beautiful energy. Like we're not, no one is our body anymore. We're just this energy, and all of us are singular energies, and then we kind of merge and dance and hug and become one, and then two become one, and it's just this beautiful dance, this almost waltz of our energy moving, and there is no physical body there. There's no face. There's nothing.
It reminds me of clouds,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
converging.
Or like a flock of birds when they all turn at the same time, and that
Yes.
amazing shift. It's like
Oh.
molecules. It's like blood cells. Everything just kind of dances and weaves with each other, but then shifts at the same time, and then tumbles and rolls, and yeah, beautiful.
So that is the perfect imagery, because they're trying to tell us, they're trying to make us understand how we work together in ways that we don't even recognize yet. We know we come on these co-session calls. We know we work together and we all have input, but they want us to understand that our energies are always working together. They're always weaving. And that's why they gave us the visual of us being a quote unquote council. Because it's more than just being like people sitting at a desk. It's the energies that are moving and merging. Even when we're not on a call, we're constantly working together and we're constantly refracting. And that's a very, very, it is the message that we needed to receive today. That is 100% it.
And as you say that, I'm seeing back into that kind of now I'm seeing it in different kinds of colors, though it's very blue purple, but it's like the circuitry line, like I was saying before, the weft and the weave of things coming in. We each feed in different little circuits into each other's network. And so it's like these little circuitry lines feed in different angles, different weft, different weave, different download. So it's like passing the gifts to each other.
Yeah.
And I, not now, but I got a download the other day, or an image that I got given a floppy disk into my third eye. And like, that's pretty old tech, but it's kind of that idea of like getting downloads, getting new hardware, getting new upgrades. But it was a floppy disk. Go figure. But yeah, I think that we do that with each other.
We do, and we need to understand and know that, because even if you don't know everything that you have, everything that you're using spiritually, there is more that we have that we're already sharing, and it's just being aware of it, just being cognizant, because we are walking on a higher plane. We are sharing beyond what we think we are. It's big stuff. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like the culmination of each of our souls, like all the lifetimes that they lived. It's like taking all of that wisdom from each of those lifetimes and then like and holding that key to all of those different lessons and then passing them along to each other.
Oh, beautiful.
As you were saying that, Shelby, I saw all of us line up and all of our souls and all our parallel lives line up and then turn into one big energy.
Yes.
That's your clarity is so spot on.
You know, it's funny. I almost saw like a house of mirrors where we're all, but it's not in a creepy, scary way. It's like
We're all
so
reflections
many
of each
different
other.
like aspects. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
Ultimately.
beautiful.
Okay, so there's something, I'm gonna say source. I don't know if it's source, but it's very close to source. And they're like diamond raindrops coming down on us now, on us in our energy form. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but it's a very light, very beautiful. I'm not even sure what word to use to describe it. If any,
It's like if velvet could be a raindrop.
Oh wow.
Wow.
it's making us shinier. I don't have the word for it, but it's I mean, you could say frequency or vibration upgrades, anything like that, but that's not really it. It's making us a better version of ourselves.
Like almost mercurial.
Yes. You know how Mercury kind of like sits in a ball and like shimmers and moves?
Yep.
It's almost like it's doing that to us. It's making us shimmer. It's making us move. It's making us better. I am so hot right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm currently down to my underwear.
I didn't think energy bodies could wear underwear, but okay.
Oh,
What
that
they're
just gave me tingles.
I'm
I know,
getting
me too.
dragon energy.
It's I think that's the grounding part. I'm feeling that's helping because what they're giving us right now is coming in and going right out of our third eye. So yeah, okay, I'm getting a yes on that. There's going to be an expansion of everyone's third eye. So even if you don't think you are clairvoyant, it will come much easier for you right now. Yes, yeah. Okay.
I feel like the rain is also part of the washing the dust off, but it's like the dust of your old belief system of not being
Oh,
able to see. It's just turning that on. You're just going to wash those clouds out of your eyes.
The Visine effect.
Yeah, clear eyes.
yes.
And
As the
rain those sacred tears down your cheeks. Just let it roll out.
Okay,
as
it
the
is,
ra-
yeah, it's moving down. It's going to each of our chakras, and it's started with the crown, third eye. Now we're in the throat area. So
My hands just went there as well. It's just like
yeah,
flinging around everywhere and then zoom, straight to the throat.
it's doing exactly what you said. It's clearing out each one, going high heart, solar. Yeah, it's working its way down. So we're getting a nice little housekeeping cleaning session here.
Much needed.
Uh-huh.
I could feel it as it's like moving down into the like solar plexus and sacral. Like it's like washing over.
I get the sense that these things that are being cleared away, they're just not necessary in the 12th dimension. They're irrelevant. And so let's just wash them away. Let's clean them off. And
there's something about the ego that keeps coming up. Like since the rain started coming down, I actually saw like ego in the size of raindrops, that we're all so huge, and I could like hold my little ego in between my fingertips. And just as everybody's been talking since then, there's something about the ego that keeps coming up. I don't know if anybody else is tapping into ego. I'm not sure what it
Yes.
is.
I'm getting big body signals on that, Melanie.
I am too. I think if anything, it's almost like exposing the ego through this process. Just kind of showing you that it's not as big as we have a tendency to give our power to.
Yeah, we're all really big in comparison with it.
That's a huge visual to get because it's almost at the antithesis of what we're understanding or what we've been working with. And that's huge information.
It's one of our first lessons in the nature of oneness. And then we'll be getting more and more lessons to help us understand the deep spiritual principle of oneness.
Wow.
And it was like someone just put their hand on my heart, and it was like so heavy, the presence of that, of just pushing my heart back into my chest almost. And in this, yeah, heavy gravity of that just landed in a really beautiful way. Oof.
I almost feel like you need to name this session Lesson of Oneness, Vera, because that is the clarity of that, Mary, is
Yeah,
pretty
no, that was very poignant. I have to say, for sure.
It's really funny. Just yesterday, it was brought to my attention. I had this conversation with my ego, and I realized I was like, you are my critic, and you're there because you want to protect me. And I thank you for that, but I don't need as much protection now as I used to. So thank you for being there. Thank you for looking out for me. But now I can just put you in my pocket instead of it, it being the big one.
The center of everything. No, and that's
Yes.
perfect. That's really a good perspective to be able to recognize it, see it, know when it's, trying to over encompass you and being able to push, not push it back, but kind of know that, hey, there's a place for it and you're aware of that now.
Absolutely.
My husband and I say, like, settle down, puppy. Like, we call it a puppy. And it's like, it's okay, settle down, puppy. And so we tell each other
I
that
love
when we
it.
forget. Yeah. Because
When I
it's so
tell my
much
husband,
nicer when you can give your ego a, a like give grace for it also because it wants to help.
wow. I mean, sending it away, Denise, with love, and thanking it is huge. It's huge.
Oh, it felt good too. It felt good.
Well, I think a lot of people feel like they have to kill the ego or there's this whole ego death thing when it's still a part of you. It's been there for a reason. It's not for you to destroy it. It's just another facet of who you are.
And I got the download that it's the part that anchors you to Earth. So it's the part that was willing to be denser in order to anchor your soul into your body on Earth. So it's actually doing you a huge favor by being there and being in that frequency also, because that's what's keeping you on this planet.
Yes, and it's just a matter of zooming out. The way that we're big and it's tiny, it's like we're zooming out, and the image of a hawk that I saw yesterday keeps coming to mind, that vision, that grand vision.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so guys, I'm just seeing right now, they're showing all of us as energies. There's a Merkaba that has basically formed around us. So we're inside of this Merkaba. And it's hugging us, like it's holding us in tight. If anybody hasn't, and I'm not doing a plug here, I'm not, so please don't think it is, but if anyone hasn't done Ellen's 6-minute Merkaba meditation.
I always fall asleep.
Well, they're amazing. They're both of her meditations were amazing.
No, they are.
They are
knock me
amazing.
out.
And the Merkaba one is huge, but we are literally being ensconced and hugged in it right now.
I love that. So I've worked with it every day. I feel like it's just a new key part of all my meditations now, like activating your heart space, like activating that Merkaba. It's just been like such a quick way of journeying. And it's been amazing. And I don't feel like it is a coincidence that that has been such a big focus of mine before we did this call. So in the last week. So
No,
that's kind of
absolutely.
really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a message right now to, this is like word for word. We don't have to spend the time getting to where we are now. Like, we don't have to do hours of meditation. We can go to this space really quickly. We can access the Merkaba. We can access dimensions very, very quickly. And I think your timing of putting this out, Ellen, is probably perfect, because it is, like I said, it's a 6-minute meditation, but it transports you so far. And us going to the 12th dimension, thank you very much, Vera, and being given all this so quickly. I think it's a lesson, not necessarily for everyone at this moment, but for people that are ready, that we can get there quickly. Okay, they're taking us back down to the 9th dimension now. So we've got everything that we need there.
So it's like they're feeling like we've got enough. We got enough of a taste of 12D.
No, I don't want to leave.
We have to come down. We still have to come out.
Yeah.
Or else we'd never go back to work.
Well, and you
I
know,
saw a beautiful vision also before, and it was when we were talking about the unity of connecting with each other and whatnot, and it was seeing all of our hands held in the circle, and a diamond was floating above the held hands. So there was diamonds on top of everybody's hands, and then diamonds in our hearts, like a giant heart-shaped diamond inside your central self, like your heart. Yeah. So that you have all of these many fractions, many rainbows, many prisms, many surfaces to shine out of.
beautiful.
Is. And I'm seeing a vision of us doing that all the time. So I don't know if you're consciously doing it or not, and I'm not even sure it matters, but we are subconsciously doing that. We've worked together enough now that I think we have that connection, and we are doing it. And there's a power in that. There's a beauty in it.
And I just got that idea of, when people like flash a mirror, they catch the sun and they flash it to send that signal like quite a distance. It's that feeling as well of like when you turn your light on and you kind of like, hey, over there to like a million miles away, we can send those signals really easily. We can just like flash that light really quickly, and it's just like bing, you get the message, you get the feeling, you get the transmission. It light moves that fast. Light moves incredible distance.
Tashika, there's like 7 beings here confirming everything you're saying. And
I'm giving 7 thumbs ups.
You are getting, like, the universal number of 7 is giving you like, yes, you guys are. 100% are. All of a sudden, big, 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 and they're all like right there. Yeah, okay, great. She's right. Listen to her.
Amazing.
So we are all lighthouses, essentially, is what I'm saying. It's like, be a lighthouse and shine your light out. And when like, we are instantly connective because we're already doing the work, but you will turn other people on as well just by being the light that you are and shining it out of your diamond heart.
So shiny.
So
Yeah,
shiny.
I was just gonna say, it made me think of Ellen's child who
yes
was shining like the
Yes.
sun. Yeah.
Oh my God,
My
what a
little solar
story.
bean.
Yeah.
That was the best share of the entire co-session group. Okay, they're saying we're done for today. And I know that sounds short, but we have been given a lot of information, taken a lot of places, and they're saying that our physical bodies cannot take more today.
I believe that.
Can we anchor in this space? So since we're going to be going down, can we all just take a nice deep inhale through the nose and then drop your awareness down into your heart space and remember how this feels right now. Remember where you're at and how you feel. And allow it to just sink into the heart space and remain there.
It's almost like we don't want to get the bends from coming back too fast.
Yeah, my head is feeling pressure.
Uh-huh.
Shelby, thank you so much for being so mindful of those closing practices. They are so important.
Yeah, because
Agreed.
mentally you want to go back, but if you can't remember where it was, then like you want to be able to bring it back into your physical so that when you're back in your physical body, you can remember how it feels to be in the higher frequency.
Mm-hmm. Can I just ask a question, Mary? I'm sorry to point you out, but is there anything else that you are receiving or understanding that you can share with us?
I mean, just everything that everybody has shared, this feels like such a major turning point in our growth as a group, that we're really being acknowledged for how much work we've been doing and how profoundly we're changing and evolving by working together and learning things that we could never learn on our own.
You know, I received when I couldn't say anything when we were in the 12th dimension. It was like, okay, it was like I was almost like paralyzed, right?
Like catatonic.
And yes, and so, but what I was receiving messages, and it was like I was looking down, and whatever embodied me was looking down and saying, yes, this, like, when you're in soul and you're in soul heaven and you're in school and you're learning everything. And it's like, yes, my pupils, you are doing so good. You're doing so good. You're on the right track. Everything that you're doing is amazing. And you've gotten it, and just so happy. And so like, yes, finally you guys
Yes.
have ascended up. That's all I kept hearing. And I'm like, okay, but I cannot talk right now.
So you were getting a lot of telepathic communication, but it was another thing to try and actually vocalize it as a human. I understand.
Exactly. I was like catatonic. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, Tamara, can you hear me?
Oh.
I can hear you.
You know she could.
I can't hear you right now. I'm floating like a bean in space.
Oh, beautiful.
It felt
And
like
just as you two were speaking just then, Mary and who was
Monique.
Monique.
Mm-hmm.
So Monique, you were blue waves of ripples, and Mary, I was seeing all of these tumbling golden geometries, almost like stars, like things over the top of your head as you were speaking. So different frequencies, everybody's different flavor has a different visual.
Oh, I love it.
That's
I
definitely
love
what I'm
that.
getting to is like different color frequencies coming from each one as everyone is speaking. I love that you pointed that out
They're
because
like
that's
signatures.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind
And it's going to
sharing
come
what
out in
colors?
different shapes.
Yeah, do you guys mind sharing that for everyone? Because then we can kind of like work through that information, like work through that color, work with that shape.
I'm getting a lot of magenta for you just now as you're speaking.
Okay.
And again, it's coming out a lot in ripples, like water ripples, which was the same as Monique. But Monique, you were very like a beautiful kind of almost like a lavendery blue.
Thank you.
I was picking up the blue for sure. What else?
Talk.
What about me?
Too many at once. Rainbows.
I just hope that I'm not puce. Denise, yours is puce.
Oh, thank God this group
Stop
has
saying the word puce.
Might be aubergine. Want to be aubergine?
Oh,
Aubergine.
Aubergine, my babe.
All right, Tashiko, what color am I?
Speak some
I
more
wonder
for
if
me.
I'm speaking more. What color am I?
Then I get confused because then I'm laughing at you instead of just actually tuning in. I feel that I got a really like a green gold for you. It
Yes,
was like a
it's green.
shifting
It's
between
green.
green and gold.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yes, green and
beautiful,
gold. I
very
love it.
shimmery.
I was definitely
But
getting green for you too, Ellen. Like
yeah, yeah.
hardcore.
Good.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
What color is
Anybody else?
Shelby, Tashiko?
What color
Shelby,
am
speak
I?
for me. Speak some more. Speak
What?
light language if you want to.
Risiatakayaturu sotukoyanan. Siatayaturu
Ooh, I'm
sotutoya.
seeing it became like a richer red, but then it was almost
Mm.
like a pink center with a red outside or something. Oh,
Mm.
that's such a hard thing to describe. It's like you've got an inner glow of pink and then an outer
Mm.
rose, like a red
I'm,
rose type of color.
yeah,
Did you
Mm.
see
kind of
bubbles?
mahogany.
Did you see bubbles
Oh,
for her?
mahogany is a
Any
good word.
bubbles?
Yes.
I felt like there were little bubbles in Shelby's.
I didn't see a shape. I just
Vamos.
was seeing the color straight away.
Ah,
But it really brought in like rose wisdom, like the ancient
Yes.
rose.
She
Yeah, the
has the
temples.
ancient
Yes.
rose. She has the ancient rose lineage for sure. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
always get rose with Shelby, but
Yeah.
hers is definitely
Beautiful.
like a mahogany kind of essence to it, which is really beautiful.
Deeper and richer. Yes. It's not like a
Yes.
high light pastel or anything. It's got
Well,
grunt.
the
Layered.
deeper, richer, the
ah,
deeper, richer has been in the last few years. That's when that's developed. It was very light pink until more recently now.
Mm.
You got to carry on,
You're,
Tamika. What about like Melanie and Christina?
yep. All right. So
Our
one at a time,
butterfly
just speak
girl.
for me. So hang on,
I'll
let
go
me just pull up
first.
yep, go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to I don't know what to say,
Ooh.
but I do have to say, when I forget who mentioned the lighthouses before. I was actually seeing it like a giant one with like the light spinning around, and I was like, oh, that's
Mhm.
interesting. So thought I
who
would
is
share
this?
that.
Beautiful.
Was
And
was that Christine?
so perfect that I'm seeing your color as that really light lemony, kind of golden light. So like that
Ooh.
really lemon, like a very pale lemon color.
I have to second that when and we're talking about Christine, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is it Christina? It's Christine, right?
Christina, sorry, I thought you
Okay.
said,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
no,
Christina.
sorry.
you're good.
Yeah.
So when you got your, thing and your solar plexus, that's what I saw. I saw like this beacon of light just like shining, like pouring, like
Mhm.
just like almost loudly, like just crazy like beam of light coming right out of your center. And it was that light yellowy, like just beautiful, yellowy gold.
Oh, I absolutely love that.
Denise, did we give you a color before? Because I've got a color for you.
Oh, yes, please give me my color so I can replace it with
You're
puce.
you are it's so puce. No, I don't even know what puce is. It was like this beautiful aquamarine going into
Mhm.
green, like a really light
Mm.
bluey green mixing together.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you. So much better
And
than
so
puce.
fresh, like a really minty aquamarine color.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we
Does anyone
missing
else
anybody?
want a
Melanie?
color? Yeah.
Melanie's here. Melanie's here. I'm here. Love.
I just got straight away like this pink, but then it went kind of orange. So it was like yeah. Oh, keep speaking, keep speaking.
Yes.
Da, da, da.
Tangerine.
What's that?
Yes.
Here I am.
Tangerine, Melanie.
Did you say tangerine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a yummy, bright
Juicy.
combo of pinky orange. Yeah, peachy, but no, peachy feels too soft. Tangerine's got more punch.
Yeah, it made my
Yeah.
mouth water.
Tangerine.
Are you puckering? Thank you.
Am I the last one? Is anybody else still trying to go?
Well, my name's Carol, and so when we were on when we were on the 12th dimension, I felt that we all became like this, like a swirly beanstalk that was going upward. We were all together, like it was a braided, beautiful colored neon, but not bright neon, like a very light colored of threads woven in between each other. We were kind of like braided going up through the clouds, through the floor, and we either put so much, but they were all around us, and it just felt so beautiful to have all of us intertwined, and then so much love around us. So
That
That's
is making my
beautiful.
heart, oh my gosh, that's making my heart go right back there. That
oh,
just felt so good.
Stay in the ninth.
That is a beautiful visual.
so funny. But did
And
you?
your beautiful color that just came in as you were speaking then was like this deep amethyst, but going into this really pale lavender as well. It was almost like,
Looks
and I'm
nice.
seeing this a bit for everybody. It's like shot colors. Like you see it on one angle is one color, and then on the other angle is another color.
It's
So
almost like,
it's
what
kind
do
of
they call
blending.
that?
That's
They call
fantastic.
that ombre.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, the
yes.
ombre
Yeah,
color, yeah.
sort of. Yeah, but you know when you see a piece of material that's got two colors to it, it's one angle is one and one angle is the other.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
beautiful.
shifts.
thank-
Yes, color shifts. Yeah, hologramic.
wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, Vera.
Okay, so last but not least, I guess, but yeah, no, I'm just grateful for all of you,
Oh my
all of you
goodness.
for just stepping up and just trusting
Electric
the process.
blue.
I am not surprised when you said that.
I know.
I've always been a blue spectrum, so it's interesting that you say that.
But you've also got a really nice little, it's like right on the edge though. It's like a little flick of this bright purple as well. But you're like,
The Chico. Yes, I saw that.
Oh, you guys are
yeah,
too funny.
and it's
I
almost
couldn't.
like, oh, did I see that or am I
Yes,
just
you did.
dreaming it?
No.
It's like right on the
Love
edge.
it.
Yeah. Nope, you saw that because that's exactly what I saw.
Do
Wow.
I see a
Yes.
painting coming out of all this? Ooh.
It'd be so neat if somebody could express it all. It'd be just phenomenal, just because color and frequencies can be represented in color, as you know, and there's a lot of that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Carol, do you have like
Oh,
lavender?
can you see me right now? Oh,
Oh my
so funny.
gosh.
Yeah, I had this thing on because it kind of helped me concentrate. It's like a like a brain device. It helps you relax.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, hey, so I was going to ask, Tamara, I think I was the only one that was left out earlier when you were talking about how the energy was coming through everyone's different chakras. Do you know which one mine was?
Yeah, I
'Cause
do,
I don't-
Ellen. I'm so sorry. I remember I pulled up gallery view. I'm like, who am I missing? I'm missing someone. I'm missing someone. I couldn't figure out who it was.
That's okay.
Yours is also coming out through your throat. It's coming in the back of your neck and shooting out from your throat.
That's
Your chakra.
perfect.
I saw the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah, it was.
Which is interesting because you are speaking all of these meditations, and this is like what you're activating the
Right.
most right now.
Yeah, I'm finding my voice for sure. Yeah.
Ellen, I'm telling you, I don't know. You're obviously channeling exactly what these meditations are. It's very, very clear because it is transporting us literally in no time. They are incredibly powerful. Whoever you're channeling, and I'm getting information right now it's an ascended master. You're channeling their information and how you're writing and speaking your meditations. Keep them going. They are strong.
And I'm just
Thank you
getting
so
straight
much.
away as you're talking as well, the raindrops, come back to those raindrops because that is almost like clearing the channel every time that you want to channel. Imagine those beautiful velvet diamond
Mm.
glowing
Mm.
raindrops pouring through. And for anyone wanting to just cleanse and clear, come back to those raindrops and then everything will emanate out clearer. Clearer and easier.
Thank you so much.
I love that.
I do too. And that's a good visual to I think that's a good visual to end on. Remember the raindrops.
Mm-hmm. Every time you shower, just velvet raindrops.
Yeah, that's where I do a lot of my channeling. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think everybody
Me
does.
too.
Yep.
It's a
And
literal.
maybe every time you go to the toilet as well, you're expelling rainbow raindrops.
Oh boy.
Easy in, easy out.
It's crazy, but I'm getting like confirmation signals from what she's saying, which is weird because I'm like, that's the last thing I expected to get confirmation signals on, but that's what came up. Crazy. Crazy.
Oh
You
my
guys are
goodness.
so fun. It's just such a party. So Tamara, was there anything else that we needed to channel or
I'm getting a done deal here. All done. Big stuff though. Big stuff today. Big.
no, but I'm just really just, if anything, amazed and just at how much everyone wanted to step up and move forward with this because not everybody can. And it's a big reminder that the gathering that we all participate in has a lot to do with just showing up, right? Showing up for the group, showing up for each other, showing up for yourself. So I mean it's huge to me. It's such a huge thing when we get together like this. It always humbles me big time. I don't know how else to say that. It really does. And just really motivates me to hopefully be able to keep doing this and more frequently. But I know we've just all been really busy and trying to get together is not always easy. So thank you. Anyway,
just a quick one. Monique and I are going to PSI this weekend, and we will bring you all into ceremony with us. Okay, guys?
Oh, please, please, please,
Hey,
please.
Oh,
thank
fun.
And
Yes,
you.
please.
and
Awesome.
Tamara, I was thinking, I was like, oh, this is such a great like opening to our weekend,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same
oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so
Yeah.
hopefully we re-energized you
cool.
on that, or you filled up your batteries a little bit. Because and if anything, when you guys go there, you're going to be bringing that frequency there, right? So yeah.
Vera, all I kept
And
getting was full cut, Monique, full cut, Monique. Yep, you're gonna be working full cut.
Oh man.
and can you pour those rainbow raindrops into your cup before you drink it?
I will.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Hold the cup,
Oh my
pour the
God.
raindrops in, and then drink the raindrops with
Because I'll have
medicine.
all of you. I'll have all of
Ooh.
you with me. That'd be great.
Drops on roses.
I was singing raindrops keep falling in my cup.
That's what I was
Perfect.
thinking.
All right, so I guess we're going to start to to wrap up, and we're going to start
Yes.
to
Yes,
just
please.
bring the awareness around our senses to just start to gather our energy within, bring our awareness back into our energy bodies, just reorienting back to the front, back, left, and right sides of us. As we start to gather our energy bodies back, we're going to request source light records for everyone as I call upon the cosmic table of light, asking to retrieve source light records for Denise Scott, Ellen Warren, Nate Casper, Shelby McGee, Bonnie Beard, Carol Tripathi, Mary Moore, Melanie Showerker, Tamara Pasick, Tashiko Temple, Christina Leone, and myself, Valencia Takara. We're going to pull that energy back into the center of the palm of my hand. As I turn my palm back over to the cosmic table of light, I now move to close the records one by one. and request to exit field access from the Akasha so that we may give gratitude for all the healings and clearings, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude that came forth for all of us in session. Also giving great gratitude and honoring and acknowledging the presence of the Ascended Masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, beings of light, dragons present, allowing us to allow those energies to settle. As the records continue to close, we also set the intention that all cords, contracts, connections, bindings, portals, vortexes, energies, whether intentionally or unintentionally created, be fully and completely released as we detach from the field, allowing us to travel back down through the chakra circuit pathway of the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, legs, feet, through the earth star, falling down into the crystalline core of the planet, so that we may anchor, center, and balance again, once again with Mother Earth, allowing us to sit in her frequency again so that we may move back up with ease through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, all the way to our pinpoint connection to source, allowing us to reset. We take the final step down into the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, homing and centering into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe, placing our palms up on our lap so that we can upload our gratitude and our signature into the universal collective, sharing our frequency with the world. And when we share that frequency, we can now start to move back through the divine light path, back into Mother Earth's sacred space, setting the intention to process and integrate all that has been transmitted and all that has been received, allowing us to continue this flow state, knowing that we are one with the all and the all is one with us, allowing us to find our center point back into our home base so that we are anchored back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane. Aliyashua. So it is, and it is so. We are back. We are back. We are back. We're going to see that beam of light above our head split into the both sides of us. And as soon as that ray trace gets right below foot level, we're going to create the final seal so that we receive a blanket of strength. We receive a blanket of stability, and we receive a blanket of unconditional love between all of us. How's everybody feeling?
Man,
Amazing.
that
Wow.
was great.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Freaking
Incredible.
amazing.
I'm just really
Vera?
glad that we got a chance to get together, like I said, and just really appreciate everybody making the effort to get together, especially on what is this, a Thursday night? And I know it's late for some of you guys in East Coast. It's not always easy to connect, but I mean, I'm just honored each and every time we get together. It's always just pure magic for me. So hopefully, this just, proves the I guess you could say the connection we all have is really something else. So just really grateful for all of you guys.
We love you, Vera. We
We
love
love
you.
you.
Love you guys
Love you so
back.
much.
All right, you guys.
Thank
Feel
you.
good.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody. Have a
guys.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.